Hey, hey, hey! Sorry about that. I forgot I had a really bad headache. How many ever do that? Ah, sorry. Oh. Woo! Fernando will be here in a minute. He's out showing a customer's car. We got the box. That's right, we got the box. We get to show you what's in the box this week. That's exciting, I know, right? What's up, Denver? You down like number one. Yeah, what's going on? Arturo. What's up, Christian? Hell, you got your Lumi. Awesome. Let's turn this down just a hair. Like I said, Fernando will be right back. He's just showing the customer his car. Hey, and look who just walked in the door.
No, I was just grabbing a box.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, just grabbing a box. Customer is not here yet. Hey guys, what's going on?
That'll be fun. St. Louis is 65.
65
I can tell you it's not, although
What's
it
up,
was
guys?
that cold this week for us, it is not that cold
Christian.
right now. He got a Lumi. Christian got the Lumi. So yeah. Few show thingies that we need to talk about. Monday, big old Monday.
Hey Jason, what's going on, buddy?
Monday, we're gonna have a live guest. And we're gonna do an interview like we normally do, but not really. Okay, and the reason why we're not gonna do it, we're gonna have Nathan on. Nathan works for PAX, so don't let, but the reason why, 39 in Ohio. Woo!
Oh.
How about them Cowboys?
Yes, Fernando. Yes,
Anyways.
I am Fernando.
The reason why we're gonna have, see what, the CEO, see what that is.
Okay.
The importance of having Nathan on the show is that Nathan is the guy that got me my first job. So, I've been friends with him for 30 years. Ooh, yeah, probably more than 30 years. And he got me my job at AV, worked with him, and we kept, you know, we live. So anyways, it's gonna be interesting because we get to talk about stuff that he and I did together. So it's gonna be a really cool interview, and that's probably him telling you to go show the customer's car. So Christmas is coming. And as Haley likes to say on The Boring Life of Dean and Haley, because it's Christmas!
Yeah.
So, if you guys didn't check out the 10 things that... You need to go?
Yeah, no,
just go ahead.
he's here. Okay, so real quick.
Yeah.
He have all Alpine R-Type installed, and they sound like crap. Also, he have a 300 BT. Maybe he have like a 2 ohm.
What does he have for radio?
It's a 300 BT. MBH S 300 BT, but I don't know what kind of car you have.
What about the Polarity?
The
You might
Polarity,
have the Polarity wrong. You need to do a Polarity.
So
First things
I'll be
first.
right back.
So all your R-types that sound like poop. First thing you want to do first, check your Polarity. You need to check that. That's the first thing. Hey guys, got off the phone with Fernando. You're doing a show now. He has to go show a customer a car. Quick question, aftermarket stereo, can I fit into a 2000 Challenger? I'm installing the Maestro. Alright, okay, so wondering what rating fit. That is a great question, and unfortunately right now, I don't think there's a dash kit for that Dodge 2015 Challenger. I was looking yesterday. I don't think there is one. I know there's a harness for my data, but I don't think there is actually a dash kit for that yet. Hey from Holland, these nuts in the house, what's up, Bobby? Pioneer MVH, yeah, 1300 BT. So, what kind of car? Was there a factory amp? Did you bypass it? But check your Polarity first. You gotta check your Polarity. That's the most important thing. What's up, Bill? Christian, it's cool to see the sound wave with the Lumi. I can see where the factory head unit clips now. The voltage output, remember, no clear instructions. Yeah, no, sorry. Often a post on speaker output, they aren't very clear. Yeah, they're not, but there again, that's what a Polarity tester is for, so you have to use the Polarity tester. Just picked up 3 Stinger 9000 RCAs from you guys, wow, good. If you guys aren't familiar with this 9000 series Stingers, those are those really expensive ones. They look like this, just a lot bigger. These are, of course, the new X series that's gonna come out next year. They were nice enough to leave these with me because, well, quite frankly, I put them in my pocket. But, like I said, we're going to get to these boxes. We didn't get to talk about those boxes last week. What's up from DC? No factory stuff. Okay, so then I would check your Polarity. Make sure you go back and make sure your Polarity is correct. Because all it takes is one speaker out of Polarity, screws the whole thing up. You have 2 out, even worse. So, definitely want to check that. But I would start there. I have some old school Ryan Cobalt 10s. Should I run them or ditch them? Well, I mean, they're subs. If you got some place to put them, hook them up. I have two original Cobalt 12s in my living room in bandpasses. That's what I use for my home theater, with a big Anki amplifier on them. So they're freaking amazing. They're also they're really old. Gotcha, sorry. It's okay. It's okay, Christian. Did you get the Dayton DSP? As a matter of fact, funny you should ask. Fernando conveniently located it right here. So yes, we got the Dayton DSP and we have not had time to do anything with it, but we did get in their DSP for those of you that, and there goes the boss. So this is the cool DSP here. We haven't even unboxed it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. It's home or car, so this is kind of neat. This comes with a wall outlet, so you can actually use this in your house. I got the bass knob too. One of you guys told me that gives noise, so we'll have some fun with that, see if that does give noise. And then I also got the Bluetooth dongle because you guys told me to get the Bluetooth dongle. So yeah, we're gonna play with that. Honestly, we'll probably not get to it until next year, first part of January, but it was on sale, so definitely bought it. It's gonna be fun. A Zapco. Yeah, I've been hearing a lot about the Zapco. I haven't had a chance to even look at it yet. It's kind of not on my list of things to do right now. I was looking at theirs, but I have been hearing a lot about it, and a lot of people, it's a bit positive. I'm running 2 Type R10, that looks cherry. Running 2 Type R10s, 500 watts, Alpines on each one. Is that enough power to push them? Yes. Will it hurt them with only? No. Type R10s are really, at the end, they say 1,000 watts on the box. It's not, it's 500. So 500 watts is perfect for Type R10s. Perfect. Does running 12 volt power with the, hold on, sorry, let me get back to that one. Does running 12 volt power with the composite cable cause distortion? No, I mean, it could cause noise, but it shouldn't cause distortion. If you have like engine noise and stuff like that, sometimes running your RCAs too close to your power wire, you can get noise. A lot of the amplifiers nowadays, though, take that in consideration, are much better at, have noise cancellation and stuff like that, and to resist that, so you don't have that issue too much anymore. All right, I'm getting a Pioneer 2440 installed. Awesome! Just put a couple in yesterday. No, you should give. Okay, you ignore my message. No, I didn't ignore your message. They're just popping up here so fast. When Fernando gets in, I'll see if he can find it. What you need to get an X2600 BT to have steering wheel controls on my 2009 Hyundai Sonata. I just picked it up for $100. You could get a Metro makes one under the Access line, and then PAC makes several under the PAC line. So there's several to choose from. And then iData also makes one. So there's 3 modules depending on which company you want to buy from. So you have Metro Access, you have the are you ready to? No, Fernando just had to go show somebody a car, Victor. He'll be right back. So you have the Access, you have the PAC, and you have iData. Pick one, run with it. They're all about the same price, so it really doesn't matter which one you get. Tried SiriusXM phone streaming app and have maximum streaming quality. Oh my God, beats everything I've tried, even better than Tidal. Really? Okay, that's cool. Is there a difference in sound deadener? Is one better than the other? That's a wonderful question, Jason. Is one sound deadener better than the other? If it's okay, so if we're comparing the same butyl, have the aluminum foil on it, there is some things like when John was on the show, John Catalano, if you go back to Car Audio Talk and Dean with Dean and Fernando, if you go back to the John Catalano one, we talk a lot about that. Actually, that's what I'm going to tell you. Go back and watch the one that we did with John Catalano on Car Audio Talk. That's the Facebook Live show we do on Monday nights, and we broadcast on Tuesday. Go back to that playlist. It was like 3 weeks ago he was on. We talk all about roadkill. He's the guy that developed that line, and we talk all about different types of roadkill, what makes them, or should I say sound treatment, and what makes them different. And we cover that really well. So go back and check that one out. You don't have to watch the whole thing, just watch that little portion. We talk about it. He brings some stuff out, but that'd be a great place to start. I hope you guys see showing card. Yeah. He's legal, man. It's okay. what woofer would you recommend for a 2000 Camaro? Not much room. 10s? I mean, really nowadays, you know, you can do 110 in a ported box and you're going to get tons of bass from it. It's just whatever you want. I mean, there's lots of good 10s. You know, just pick one. What should the subsonic setting be on a 10-inch comp RT? I'm getting some excursion, over excursion at times. Subsonic isn't going to help your over excursion. A subsonic is a high-pass filter for a subwoofer. So it's designed to do is cross it over in the subsonic frequency. So like between, let's say, 35 and 15. And what that's designed to do is make the amplifier run more efficient, because the woofer is not producing those frequencies in an audible range. So by cutting those off, you're actually creating, or you're actually letting the amplifier not use up so much power, which is going to make it run cooler, which efficiency, so to speak. If you're getting over excursion, that is either you have them cross over too high, or you have the gain turned up too high for those particular woofers. You're giving them too much power, or the box is too big and there's not enough airspace to limit their excursion. So there's a lot of things that go into it, but that doesn't sound like a subsonic filter. Why would Alpine not accept a hard drive? FLAC takes a lot of room. Okay, in order to play a hard drive, you have to have a radio that will take NTFS. That particular Alpine has not evolved into NTFS. They are still only available to read FAT32. Now, there are programs that you can download that will allow you to take a hard drive and make it a FAT32 hard drive. The problem with that is that it's going to have to catalog all those files, and it's not really made to do that, so it will take forever to go through that. What you want to look at in the meantime is maybe picking up, like, say, an iPod Classic or something like that that has a big hard drive in it. It can read all that. That would be the easiest way. Or if you want to buy a Pioneer or a Kenwood that will read NTFS. So yeah, okay. Also, all right, here we go. What's up, Don from Toronto, Canada? Fosgate 10-inch sub, 4 ohm, 250 watts. Will Fosgate R500 1D amp do? Fosgate 10-inch sub. Fosgate makes like a ton of those, but yeah, if it's a 200, I mean, if you're talking like an R series with a 500 watt amp at 4 ohm, 250 watts, should be plenty of power. All right, Dean, I believe or not, I missed the boring life of Dean and Haley. Don't worry, I was editing the boring life of Dean and Haley last night. I fell asleep at the keyboard, almost put my head into the keyboard, so hopefully tonight I'll have that one up. So don't worry, Victor, you're gonna get that either tonight or first thing tomorrow morning. Yeah. All right, what do we got here? What module for a 2010 Lincoln MKS for surround amp? So I would probably start with metroonline.com to find your harness for that particular vehicle, or iData. See if iData. Probably iData. I would start with iData on that one. See if they make the harness for that, and then move on to if they don't make it, go to iData. But those are going to be the two places you're going to check for that. I sent Shane from Scar an email for those 2 sub boxes. He helped me a lot, so thanks for pointing me in that. Hey, cool. I'm glad Shane was working for you. How many hours do you sleep? Do you usually get? Not many. I'm gonna usually. So Monday. All right. So Sunday nights up till 2. And that's why you guys don't get Monday shows as of late, because like we've been coming home late from Disney, so I've like been asleep. It like can't make it. I fall asleep, but usually Monday nights up till 2. Tuesday night is a short night because we redo the show. So by Monday usually it's between 12 and 1. Depends how that goes. Tuesdays back up till 2. Wednesdays 2. Thursdays 2. Friday night I try to do the boring life. If I can, I'll do that Saturday night, and so one of those nights I usually pass out around 11, and that's it. And then I'm up at 8:30 in the morning. Yeah. So.
Hello, sir.
Oh, thank God.
What happened?
Guys, please don't post Sleepless beep, so he can
This is
get actual questions.
150 or less.
Useless. You know, and
Holy moly.
speaking of useless stuff, there was one guy that asked a question, but I couldn't get to it, and I already forgot who it was because this has just been going crazy.
Oh, yes.
You know, interesting point when you say the useless questions. I don't mind useless questions. You know, like anyone else, if it's
What's up, Canada?
if it is demeaning or derogatory, okay, helpful questions. Like, I'm all for constructive criticism, but like if there's something we're doing that you're like, then I don't mind that. I think it's great. I find that very useful because that's what's moved the show in the direction it's gone. But certain things, like for one, you know, it's like the one thing that I always find amusing
Some
is,
question they are stupid.
well, yeah, there's always that. But
Yeah.
there's no stupid questions. Just because somebody doesn't understand something doesn't make it a stupid question. It just makes it a question that I need to look at and go,
What's
okay,
up,
what did I
Victor?
miss when I was talking about this? And then that helps me change how we do the videos. But when someone says, you know, no more of this type of video, it's like for every one person that doesn't like that type of video, there's 10 guys that like that. Okay? So it's like, okay, things we're always going to do. We're always going to rebroadcast the Tuesday show. That's just always going to happen because that Tuesday night or that Monday night, I need to get some sleep.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not like you're going to all of a sudden get 5 install diaries. That'll never happen because those take forever to edit. So, you know, there's just certain things that we just can't do. It's like, you know, just like even
we
Doug.
don't control
Doug is, well,
what car is coming.
The other thing is like asking for cars. I'd like to see this car. And we would too. Trust
exactly.
me. Doing Jeeps and F-150s all the time, though we're proficient at them, sometimes, yeah, they get boring for us too. But, you know, that's why we always try to find new things in the same old stuff to make it interesting. Like, we just found out today, even though we've done hundreds of Jeeps, we've actually never done a standalone how to put a radio in a Jeep or how to modify those stupid brackets for the Jeep. I couldn't find it. I know we've done it. We've shown them hundreds of times.
Yeah. But not just a standalone.
It's just not that standalone video.
Exactly.
So guess what you're going to get? When the review of the Morale Virtues. Hopefully we're going to get to that. Hopefully we're going to start on that next week because we got to get those back. So I want to get them in the car. I want to listen to them for at least a week.
So how long is it going to take to you for editing a video?
How long does it take to edit a video? So usually I start at about 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Between 10 and 10:30 is when I start editing the video, and then I go to when I'm done, which is usually between 2 and 2:30. Hopefully. Sometimes that's why there's been a lot of part 2s and whatnot, because it's like at 2 o'clock, that's the point of no return, because if I stay up past that, it just, I'm done. I can't focus anymore, so then the video loses. It's like I just gotta wrap it up.
Hey, Texas base
and then, you know,
210.
like on the day when we put up the shortest video of all times, which was that one where we put the radio in the F-250. That was like the shortest video. It was like not even 6 minutes. It was that or nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't want to just do nothing.
But it's funny because people think that the only thing you can do is just like edit and the install. Like,
no, I mean, we're here 6 days a week.
Exactly.
And then we film whenever we can.
I mean, I'm not saying everybody.
No, it's not
like,
a complaint. I love doing this.
People,
That's why we do it. I love doing it. It's like, I love this. I love doing this show. I love interacting with you people. This is the best thing ever. I mean...
Hey, what's up, Wolf?
Yeah, so
Wolf Williams.
Lots of fun. Here you go. The next episode of The Boring Life could be an F-150. Yeah, good call. Now, before we get on, let's talk about what was the...
last week.
Last week we talked about what was in the box.
Okay,
now,
so what is in the box?
If you follow us on Instagram, either at 5-Star Car Stereo or at 5-Star Dean or at... What's yours?
Mr. Lopez.
Or if you follow me on Facebook, there again, Dean Bayette, you can't miss it.
Yeah.
I'll friend you. If you friend request me, I'll friend you back.
I'll friend everybody.
If you follow us on any of that stuff, you saw a picture of this where we had 2 laptops up. And you might have been able to put 2 and 2 together, but as they say in that movie, what's in the box? It's not my wife's head.
Yeah.
It's this guy right here. This is a prototype, so don't get all excited and be like, how come you got one and we didn't? This is a prototype, okay? This is very much a prototype. This isn't even the right case for it. They actually had to cut the case. It doesn't have screws in the side. It's a prototype. And the reason why we have this prototype is because we're testing it out. Okay, we want to make sure that when it comes up for everyone else to have this, it does what it's supposed to do. So we're putting this thing through the paces.
That's right.
And it's not perfect. It's still a prototype. It's still in beta. So
still working. Yeah.
Be patient. I know a lot of you guys want this, and I think it's $600. I think it's gonna be $600. There again, don't quote me on that. I don't work for Audiocontrol. You're gonna need some parts, like you're gonna need your own microphone. So there's another $100. You're gonna need an XLR cable. So there's another $30.
But don't start like, oh my God, where is my RTA? I ordered it.
Don't get, I know that a lot of you guys were bummed about the Bluetooth dongle, which actually is made to go right here.
Yeah.
And we didn't get one of those either. But
they still in process, man.
Bluetooth dongle ever. Exactly. So, but there again, don't freak out. Like I know, and they're getting really excited about this piece, which I know is it's gonna be like the Bluetooth dongle all over again, where they're gonna be like, oh, we gotta get this out. No, you don't. They don't need to get this out yet. So everyone that is like, oh, that's so amazing. The iTest mic, the iTest mic won't work with this. You will need to get your own mic. Andy's mic does not work with this so far because it is XLR. Now the XLR to 1/8 inch that we tried with Andy's mic were for Rode microphones, and we couldn't get it to work with that.
We're still working, and
so I actually ordered another mic because they sent me a test mic, and so we're still trugging along, and like I'm gonna be sending them all kinds of. But what are the features? Great question. When this is available, what will it do? Everything. Okay? Yeah. This will be it. This will be this in a laptop. You'll be pretty much able to do anything you want. So let's start down the list real quick. You have your XLR input. The XLR input is for a microphone. Grab the microphone over there. What the microphone is going to do, it's going to be your RTA, so that you can set it up in your car, and you can do just like when you guys see us use the iTest mic. This is going to plug into here like this. This has a 48-volt power supply built into it that's controlled via the software, and you set up your cool little mic on a mic stand, and then you have your output display on the laptop, and you can adjust it and get really in-depth with it. You have XLR balanced line. The reason why is this is also for home. Audiocontrol makes a ton of home audio stuff, so this will be for home as well. You have your unbalanced line, which is going to be your RCAs for everyone else. So you have your RCA input, output. Now, what's cool about this is this has a pink noise, a polarity tester, and a sine wave generator built into it. So with the microphone, you can go into the computer, you can select polarity test, and then it'll go pop, 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 pop out of the RCA output into an input on the radio. Or you can put a disc in, and you can do the polarity test from any other source. So this is designed to read polarity as well. It has high-level input, so you'll be able to use this to test what kind of signal you have coming out of your line. So, like if you're testing in a car to see if that's a subwoofer, or if it's got fake engine noise, or what frequency it's playing, you'll be able to see that right in here. You just select line level as a source. Now, with that, you can also test your voltage because there's a voltmeter built into it. So if you want to see how much voltage is coming out of the amplifier, how much voltage is coming out of your preamp section, because this has RCA input, you simply plug it into here. You can see does it have 5 volts of output like it says? Does it have 4 volts like it says? So there's all kinds of that. And then on the fiber optic side here, you have digital, both coax and fiber optic. And then there's a volume knob here because this is so that you can control that sine wave, speaker pop, and pink noise through this. You can also control it on the software that's built into. It has an oscilloscope built into it also, so that you can see where the speakers are clipping. So like if you plug this in, connect it to the amplifier or to the system, you can use your oscilloscope to set your gains. You can use the voltmeter to make sure matching your gains, make sure the front gains match the rear gains if that's what you're trying to do, or the left gain matches the right gain, or whatever you want, or gain matching amplifiers, you'll be able to do that. It's got a battery built into it so that you don't actually have to plug it in. You just take this out to the car with your laptop and you're good to go. There is also a power supply to charge the battery. It connects via USB to a laptop right now because otherwise you have to get the Bluetooth dongle that isn't available yet and go into that. So this is a tool. This is not a DSP. This is a tool for testing DSP. So it has the same 32 bands of RTA as the regular EQ does. But you can do 32, 64, or 128 bands of display on it. So there's a lot of bands.
Hey Thomas, hello for you and your kids.
On the oscilloscope, you can adjust your range, your height, and your width, so that you can look at the frequency on that. But so the idea is that you could take this and a laptop out to a car, build yourself a couple different probes, which we've actually, they're sitting over there underneath that box. So what we've done is we made a couple probes for the use that we did it with today. So we took a pair of test leads from one of our meters and sacrificed them, and this plugs into the high level onto the board so that we could test voltage and test all that fun oscilloscope. And then we've already hooked it up to the D4800, and we wanted to test all that before it went in, so we actually soldered up a tester so that we could just plug the audio control right in. So this just plugs right into this. And yeah, so we've been playing with it all week. I got to write up a report because I got that kind of time. Is that yes? This is the this is the Dayton. Yeah, this is their DSP. So yep, this is the Dayton DSP. We'll be playing with that here at some point.
Yep.
So this is the DM RTA, and this is going to be a tool that will allow you crazy people that want to have, like myself, not classifying you as different, but want to have the ultimate one tool to do them all. So this is going to be the Lord of the Rings right here. Lord Sauron is going to take over. This is the one tool to rule over all the tools.
What's up, Daniel?
So it's not available yet. Be patient, okay? Don't believe the hype. Just be patient. Like I said, we're baiting it right now. We're and a couple others, other people that are playing with it too. And we're just using it as much as we can so that we can write up cool reports, that we can make it a better product, so that when we finally get ours and you get yours, because this has to go back, we don't get to keep it.
Yep.
At least as far as I know. Did Mr. Chris Bennett let you have the, what did he say there? Hold on. Did Mr. Chris Bennett let you have that to play with? O-scope makes a big difference. Sound incredible since the Lumi. Yeah, Chris Bennett gave us that to play with, and it's not. We're not actually playing with it. We're using it in day-to-day installs to see what it does. So it's more for
what they can make better.
Frequent installers.
Yeah, it's just testing.
Yeah, I mean it's $600, so it's not. But it is the one tool and the only tool you need. Well, you still need a voltmeter because it's not made to test like batteries and stuff like that. But you can get a cheap voltmeter. Yeah. But anything audio related, you can test with this. So pretty much anything there. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, can I use the SMD CC1 to tune the gains and crossover calibrate on a 4-channel amp without using the SMD DD2? To calibrate it.
Can you use it to tune
the gains? I think it's just the CCs for the crossover.
Well, no, the crossover calibrator has a distortion detector built into it on a basic level, yeah.
Okay, so you can use it.
You can use it, yeah. You just don't get the gain overlap, so it's not set up to do that on the disc. So, yeah, that would be where the difference is. But you can always just download that from iTunes. Do you do amp dynos? If not, you should. So here's the deal with doing an amp dyno, like old school car stereo. That amp dyno was how much?
$3,000.
Was it $3,000? Yeah. So the amp dyno is $3,000. Then you need the batteries to power the amplifiers in order to do the dyno. So you're looking at about another $1,000 to $1,500. So it's a $45,000 to $5,000 investment to do amp dynos.
Yeah, $5,000.
The question I have to ask is, that would be cool to do, but what is the benefit of us doing those? Are we going to get anything out of it more than what we're doing now? So, like when we when we do reviews, some people have a hard enough time with us actually talking about products and stuff like that. Now we're going to do an amp dyno, which is like, so I don't know if it would ever, I'm not opposed to saving up and spending $5,000 on something like that, but is it worth it? Would anybody be interested in it more so than what we're already doing? Because that's a hell of an investment to make. I would much rather spend it on something like a CNC or a laser or something like that. That would be cool. But if there was enough of an interest in us doing that, then it would make sense. But it's a big investment.
All right. Yeah. Dean, going back to my early question.
Yes.
What is the biggest size iPad the Alpine will read? since it will not read a hard drive.
You gotta remember, the iPods are formatted in a different format. They're not NTFS and they're not FAT32. They're an iPod format, so it will read any iPod you plug into it. So if you go find a 300 gig classic, it'll read that all day long with no problems.
Okay. So you think that this one replaced the classic Audiocontrol RTA?
Yes, that's the idea behind it. So the cool classic RTA that I have sitting in a box over there, which is my pride and joy that I love so much. That, you know, SA350. Yeah, I love that one. But this is designed. I mean, they're not even in the same league. The stuff that this will do. I mean, it's got oscilloscope. It's got a voltmeter. I mean, when we're using it, we're automatically like, oh, we can do this. Oh, we can do that.
Yeah.
And then it's just a matter of, okay, well, this would be cool, but we need to get this. You know,
yeah, exactly.
Like they just got parts of this thing working. Like when at SEMA they had Ada out there doing a demo on it, and like only certain parts of it work. So like we got another version of it, and some of those parts work. Now it's a matter of seeing how well they work, and moving and giving our reports and saying, okay, this is what we tested, and this is what we found against what we normally use. You need to fix this. So, you know.
Yes, you could charge customer for a 5-star amp dyno certification.
Only you, Christian. Only you.
I don't think we have the time for that.
I've got a 50 watt CO2 laser that'll burn through drywall. It's pretty cool. It'll burn through a lot more than drywall at 50 watts, but yeah.
What is the best DSP today? The one you can afford.
I'm gonna go with on that. So with that, so what we're doing is the reason why I bought this Dayton, because obviously we don't sell this brand. You can get this for whatever you buy it for. But the reason why we bought that, as well as I'm buying other DSPs, I want to build it like we got the Phoenix Golden the other day. There's other DSPs that I want to buy, and the reason why I want to buy and have those is so that we can build up and this isn't anything we're going to do overnight. This is going to take time because there's a lot of DSPs. I mean, there's a lot of DSPs. But what we want to do is build like almost like a glossary, so to speak, of features that are important versus features that aren't important. That way, when we're reviewing DSPs, we can sit there and go, well, it doesn't have this feature unless you do this, or I wish it had this feature. Like everyone, like a DSR1. Everyone was complaining about the fact that it only had 4 channels of input. Okay? Well, it's a $249 DSP, which this is $100 cheaper.
Okay, so real quick, we use Amp Global Pack SP308.
Select products.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we use.
This has 4 channels of input. So, when comparing like this to a DSR1, they both have 4 channels of input.
And that's for Chris.
When you go to like the new Pioneer, it has 2 channels of input. So there's things that are different on all of these that we need to kind of figure out what's important and what's not important and move that. So like a Tweak or Tweaks 88.
Yep.
There again, I need to get my hands on one of those, and we need to find out what features does it have that are important, what aren't important, what software is usable, what software is not usable. Is having an iPad app more important than having, let's say, a Windows or a Mac app? Is the Mac app, if you're a Mac guy, to me, Mac is very important. If you don't make a Mac app, I'm really not interested in your DSP all that much because I can't use it on my computer. But if it's Windows and let's say iPad, then that's cool because I can use it. Now, if the iPad app sucks, then no. So these are all things that now that there's so many DSPs out, and I feel like there's radios which have really cool features, and I'm going to tell you right now, some of the stuff that's coming out for 2019 from one of these
companies.
Woo! Man, they're going to be killing it this year. If you're into the radios, but if you're not, then what do? You want DSP. So, yeah.
Okay, this is a good question from Giorgio. Say, it's an Audiocontrol amp with integrated DSP worth it when I already have a 601EX, or you just go with the amp, just the model, no DSP?
So that is a wonderful question. So basically what you're saying is I've got an aftermarket radio, Pioneer in this case, or Ken. It doesn't matter. I've got an aftermarket radio.
Yeah, correct.
Would it make sense for me to buy an amplifier with a DSP? And that's a wonderful question. And the question, okay, so for one, it's a Pioneer, which means that the subwoofer volume control is impossible to get to. So that's not a determining factor because there again, the amplifier only has 4 channels of input. So now the question is, I'm going to add this DSP amplifier. Is this DSP amplifier better than my radio? And the answer is yes. You have 13 bands of equalization built into that for every channel, meaning 1 EQ to rule 6 channels of sound. Or 32 bands
for each channel.
I don't know about you, but I can tell you this. If this door and that door, they don't sound the same. This is closer, and that one's farther away. Do you think that EQ has to be the same as this EQ? Now, keep in mind, and I know this because I say it all the time, when you're driving 65 miles an hour down the road with the windows down, are you going to hear a difference? No. But if you're the type of person like I am that just wants to know that this is the best thing I can do, then you're going to want the amp with the DSP in it. Now, the other thing to consider too is if you have no idea how to set it up, it might not be worth it. But you can always learn. And that's why having that DSP into it is great. Doesn't auto EQ, pretty close though. Actually, yes, it does. The Audiocontrol does have an auto EQ. So what it's going to auto EQ though isn't the output, it's the input. So it is pretty nice. You play a pink noise, but it's still not listening to the car like the Pioneer is. So
it's actually the audio EQ. They give you a really nice start point, so you can start from there.
Well, but that's only on the input when you're doing high level, so it really doesn't matter when you come out of that. But there again, you can pick up an iTest mic, or you can pick up Andy's Audio Frog piece, and a laptop and an iPad, and you could put an RTA right there and EQ it. You know, and just, you know, you just want something that's smooth. It's
right.
That's the other thing too is we're gonna start a lot more videos on EQs and stuff like that because of the DSPs to make this a little bit easier.
On a 2004 911 replacing door and dash speakers, can I tap into the OEM loom, or should I run a new wires?
For what?
For a 2004 911. I'm sure it's Porsche.
Yeah.
Can I tap into the OEM, or should I run new wires?
No, we always go to the OEM. Usually we go to wherever the factory amplifier plug is, and we get it right there, because it uses, German use copper.
Yeah.
Go figure. But yeah, typically we just go there. Just go to the amp. It's nice. I really doubt that the Dayton DSP is the same league as the JL2. Oh, I agree with you there. I don't think it is. There again, price alone would not put them as apples with apples. The only reason why we got the Dayton is to compare it to just to have it, because there again, I don't. Everyone gets, if you're, this was a podcast that you guys are going to get here real soon, where we talk about you're so focused on one brand that you're just oblivious to everything else around you. Yeah. The nice thing about us is that we carry so many brands, we get to have fun with all of them. And I'll tell you straight up, there's no brand out there that like anyone should be like going, if you don't have this, you suck. Because they all have things they suck at, and they have all things that they're amazing at. But if you're just sitting there going, this is amazing. Like when I was younger, Orion had a halo around it that I worshipped. No, they don't. They didn't. But I was blind to the fact that I was young and silly.
There you go. So BB Photos say AudioFro has an excellent DSP tutorial and the PDF on the website.
Yeah.
So go and check it out. So just to see if you have any questions or
I mean here's the deal. You can
just to have an idea.
You can buy this from Andy. I believe it's like $200. I think it's $200. And I got to be honest with you, for the CD that comes with this thing.
It's amazing.
Which is in here. Where's the CD?
It's on the CD tray.
Is it in the CD tray? All right. Well, the CD. I'll be pissed if we lost it. The CD alone is worth the $200. Check. I'm nervous now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Andy's kit here. It has the cool little microphone right here that plugs into this cool mount right here. It's got all this, and then it's a full kit. It's really nice. He was running a sale on this for Black Friday, but comes in a cool case. You plug it into your laptop. You're good to go. $200. And there again, he has a lot of information. If you don't know who Andy is.
All right, guys. What Pioneer clip as such as low volume that you mention all the time? My Pioneer 80 PRS doesn't clip a volume 62 of 62.
Right.
Well, that's good.
There again, it depends what you're using as a source.
Yeah.
Okay, so like for example, like we did an 80 PRS.
Yeah.
We did the amp dyno on an 80 PRS, so we have that, and you can go check it out. Radio dyno.
That's a radio
I'm sorry.
dyno.
We did the radio dyno on the 80 PRS. Basically, what you run into is if you CD is typically the source that is where you're going to get your most voltage output for these manufacturers. So at CD 38 on a Pioneer is where you start to see the distortion come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, if you're playing a test tone from an iPod or a phone or a thumb drive or Bluetooth, doesn't at all, because those are 2 or 3 volume clicks below on the input sensitivity than the CD. So if you're a CD listener, then you want to go into source level control and move up the volume sensitivity on those other devices 2 or 3 steps up so that they match with the CD. That's what source level control is all about.
Yeah.
If you're never playing CDs though, then it really doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about it. You can just leave it the way it is. You can turn the volume all the way up from your smart device and rock on. Recommend a double din for a Nissan. Anyone, yeah. Hey guys, I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. I have a question regarding of the Pack Audio Kit 5th generation. Installing a 4400 NEX, and I have noticed that when I play music from my phone, that's it. When I play music from my phone, that's Joe. Do you have another one, Joe? No, that's it. Okay.
So, I mean, if you can finish the question, that would be nice. That's it.
Can you compare Scar with Rockford Fosgate? Can you compare an apple to an orange other than both being fruit? Different market outlooks. So, I mean, we'll play that game. So let's compare Scar to Rockford for a minute, shall we?
Yeah.
All right, so here's a company like Rockford Fosgate that's been around forever, longer than I've been in this. Okay. They have a research and development department, meaning they have actual engineers on property that design and build these products. They don't just go, I'll take that one. Okay, so they actually have engineers that blueprint the amplifiers, design the amplifiers, design the crossovers, design the DSPs, design the speakers, build the speakers, demo the speakers, send the speakers back, redo the speakers. So just like Kicker, when Kicker was here, it takes 2 years for them to come out with a product. Okay, it takes Scar 2 minutes to come out with a product. All right, that's not to say it's bad. Don't get that wrong. This is not where we're going with this. I'm just saying there's a certain amount of research and development that goes in as a Rockford, and there's really none of that goes into a Scar. There again, it's not bad. There's somebody else that's like Scar is going, I would like something that does this, and they say our engineers designed that, and they go, okay, I'll take that. But they have no engineers that physically work at Scar. There's no one there that does that. Now, Scar has certain prices that they want to sell their product for, and Rockford has certain prices they want to sell their speakers for. Their speakers have a lot more technology than, let's say, a Scar woofer. But there again, it doesn't make it bad, it just makes it different. Business models are the key to life, people. Pick a business model and run with it. Rockford's business model is way different than Scar's business model. Neither one of them is wrong, it's just what works for them. Scar makes some really neat products, just like everyone else in that category. They all make some neat stuff. Sounds good and it's affordable. Rockford, they make some stuff that they make the same thing. It's just usually more money down to less money. Because when you say you're paying for the name, any manufacturer, you're paying for the name if there's value in the name. So. All
right. And yes, it's a garbage can, but it's
Apple
also
to Android. No.
We use this one. It's a recycle wire. The guys from Fast Sign.
Yeah, that's our recycle.
Have like a tray.
This is the trash can.
That's
here.
The trash can. So sometimes he brings us.
That's a trash can here. That's our recycle bin, and what we do is.
Yeah, sometimes he bring Centra ABS pieces, exactly, and we give him the wire. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah.
He gives us his scrap.
Yep. So we can use it for speaker panels, amps, and all that stuff. Also, we buy a big.
We buy a lot of plastic.
A lot of plastic.
Because he just has Centra. He doesn't use ABS.
Exactly.
And he only does like eighth and quarter. But,
yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So Joe, actually, he said the 4400 NEX with the Camaro, when he played music from his phone, it cut out. What type of music you playing? Don't tell me you
cuts out?
I mean,
why? How does it
music
cut out?
What
kind of phone do you have?
Now you have an amplifiers in there, or
yeah.
I mean, the whole kit shut off, or just the music. You know, it's a lot of things they can. Okay, so 2003 Sequoia
the
installed.
button changes the song.
Huh?
That must be steering wheel control.
What happened?
He says the volume button changes the song. That could be a steering wheel control issue, I'm guessing. I hope.
Oh, yeah.
Scar is
Okay.
almost the same as Hyphonics. There's a cut shotgun.
I know, Victor. I'm the same way. I was looking in that website, and I'm like, I don't see myself in there. Nothing. So I don't know what's going on there. It's weird. But thank you.
We used to be a diamond dealer years and years ago, but I really haven't been keeping up with them, so I have no idea what the Helix Pro components are. I will say the stuff I do know about Diamond, because Diamond and Sturm Vega are the same company, and they have a really talented engineer that designs their products for them that works at Diamond. One of the guys that owns the company is a really talented guy. And Eddie, who used to be our Pioneer rep, worked for them for a little bit, and Diamond is their high-end brand. That's what they're putting all their research and development money into. So the little bit I've talked to the guy, it sounds like it's probably really nice products, but I haven't ever heard them or seen anyone with them or anything like that.
All right, a 2003 Sequoia installed a Pioneer NEX head unit and reality on the JBL factory amplifier, and the speakers sound not satisfactory. It's worth attempting to use a factory speakers in the Pioneer head unit as an amp. Well,
so you got a 2003 Sequoia. You have
Yeah.
one of the worst sounding trucks on the face of the earth when you're trying to update
with the JBL.
with that JBL system.
Yeah.
You probably had to use some form of an adapter, I hope. But typically what we do on those cars, if you come in with one of those, more than likely the speakers are already dry rotted and blown, so we don't even bother to try to retain any of the factory stuff. It immediately all just comes out. So if you come in with 2003 for that whole Sequoia thing, it all got to go, man. We're putting a radio and 4 new speakers in it, or 6 new speakers. A small amplifier, like a little brick of some kind, is really what you need. But that's all coming out. We're not trying to retain any of that stuff because it's just silly. How does Pioneer Z-Line components? I'm coming to have a complete system installed by you guys after the new year. So we have the Z-Line components out for you to hear. It is a high-res speaker with a metal tweeter. Very similar to, let's say, a Rockford that has a metal tweeter. If you like metal tweeters, which means that it's going to have a lot of definition to it, I like to use the word clarity. I also like to refer to them as sharp. If you like that sound, then you're going to love them. I'm more of a fan of smooth, which means soft and not so quite defined, not as sharp. So I'm more of a fan of a soft dome tweeter, some form of cloth typically, which is going to be like everybody else that doesn't use metal. But the exception to that, of course, is the Focal, the K2. K2 uses a resin-based cloth, so it's sharp and not soft, but sounds really good.
Also, for the Pioneers, for the Pioneer radios, just make sure go and check constantly for the updates. Now you have a 4200 NEX, so just try to check if you need an update. They did 2 on that one, so.
So Dean, who was the radio company? I could tell you next week, Victor. I can't tell you this week. I can't talk about it till next week.
It's not what you're thinking.
No.
No.
It might be, but it's probably not. Either way, there's only 3 to choose from. It's one of them. I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't Sony.
It's more than 3.
You know. But yeah, I'll tell you guys next week. I was allowed. They told me, they showed it to me. And they said you can't talk about it, but maybe next week. And I was okay, fine. Just like the box here with the DM RTA. It's like Chris was like, God, don't talk about it yet. And I was like, really? Really?
Have you ever used any Pioneer Pro mids like 8-inch?
Right.
Oh.
Oh no,
right?
Go ahead. No, I was reading Christian.
Oh, okay. Pro mids like 8s and 10s.
We have used the Pioneers. Yes.
Really?
There again, yeah, we put a set of the Pioneers in. There again, not many. We're really okay. I'm not a fan of any Pro audio. I don't let that be a bias. I'm just not a fan. I don't like the way it sounds. It hurts my ears. That doesn't mean we won't put it in, but a lot of these guys want to put in like 10 pairs of 6.5s. It's not what we do. There's nothing wrong with it if that's the sound you're going for, but it's not what we do. So, it's not our forte, but I got no problem with it, and I've heard some that I've just gone, wow, you guys did a really good job on that. But for the most part, I haven't been. It's just not my style of music, as we've, so.
Robert,
but yes, we have put them in.
No, I don't think we're going to CES unless somebody is like, hey, yeah, you guys can come, don't worry. That would be cool, but
yeah,
no, I don't think we're going.
Because we'd already have to have passes and stuff like that, so.
It's nothing.
I have a 2001 amp running 2 4-ohm speakers, I'm assuming. I have 2 4-ohm DVC subs running to the amp at 1 ohm. Do I square root 2000 to find my voltage? I'm using a multimeter. I use test tones, Bluetooth. You need to use the to find my voltage. I'm using a multimeter. Can I use a test tone using Bluetooth? Since, yeah,
okay,
yeah. It depends what you're trying to find out. But that's what Ohm's law is about. Just look up Ohm's law. And then there's 4 things. I took it down. Yeah, I got a different one. There's 4 things to choose from. So you just plot in what you want, what you're trying to find into Ohm's law, and you spit out the math.
Travis, real quick, the place you can go to find a T harness for your car, it's carav.com, metraonline.com, and also right now we'll pack.
Okay,
packaudio.com. So check those, type the model, year, probably you can find that T harness in there.
So Joe, yeah, that's the thing. When you get a text message or email, you have notifications turned on. The notifications are going to come over Bluetooth. They're going to make noise.
Yeah.
If you don't want that, turn off your notifications. You also have a 4400. There's an update for that just came out last week. So you're going to want to make sure you go ahead and get that update on that. Yeah. It fixes a couple of the issues with the radio. But yeah, anytime you get a text message, if you have notifications that make noise on, it's going to make that noise, shut off the sound, and then start playing the music again. Mine, when I got a couple notifications, just shut the thing off, and I actually have to go to the phone to turn it back on. So, but yeah, turn off audible notifications.
Minnesota, it's a snowstorm. I'm sorry, man.
What DSP did you guys recommend?
The DSR1 is pretty good. Very simple. You can download it right now to your phone, your iPod, and
I prefer the iPod app.
Yeah,
way more fun.
And you can actually play with it, so you can have an idea what you can get before you buy it.
DSR1. Now, I tell you what, everyone should download the DSR1 app to your iPhone or your device or any whatever phone you have. You should download that.
There you go, Wax 333. Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's really cool.
Yeah, we have 2 videos up on how to use the DSR1. And that was because iData asked us to, and they're nice guys, so full disclosure there. But you should anyone that's into audio that wants to do anything time correction, you should download their app to your phone, Perfect Tune. It's called Perfect Tune. The reason why is what you can do is if you're trying to find milliseconds to delay. Now, if you guys checked out the video that we did on the Wave Tech where we did a bunch of math and everyone just kind of went, okay. So if you download the app to your phone, you can come in here and you can skip through all this silliness and then you get to what you're doing in your car. So in this case, let's say you're doing front rear sub, or if you're doing center channel or components up front, you're going to go active on the front rear sub. Let's say you got that, you hit save. Now you go back home and you come over here into tune and you go into advanced tune, and up here at the top it's got a calculator. You tick, boom. So now what it's going to do is it's going to give you a list of all those positions in your car. You type in the distance your head is from those, and then it's going to spit out the millisecond delays right here. So now all you have to do is go into your DSP, your radio, whatever it is, put those numbers in, and you're done. No math required, because, you know, math sucks.
For the
yeah, I saw an email. We knew about that feature.
Yeah, for the reverse camera that you're trying to get for the Forescape, it's a black with pink in the driver kick panel right there, where the kick panel is, black, and you definitely will need a multimeter so you can test it. Just don't grab any black and pink wire that you see it. Just grab it. No, just make sure to test it before you actually install your backup camera. But that's the wire.
Two things. Cigarette lighter is, yes, you can use that as a remote turn on. The accessory from, yeah, that's fine. If you're using a factory radio, or if you're having an aftermarket radio, of course you want the blue wire. But no, if you're just tapping for an accessory to turn on your aftermarket amplifier and you have a factory radio, cool. Or unless the amplifier has auto turn on built into it. But yeah, you can use the cigarette lighter, that's no problem. As long as the cigarette lighter turns on and off with the car. Hey guys, Regular from Canada. Installing a Clarion. What wire do I install for phone interrupt to? Nothing! Phone interrupt is an archaic thing that certain manufacturers like Pioneer and apparently Clarion still put on their radios. The reason why it was originally intended was for phones, like, you know, when you had a bag in your car. The reason why it stayed in these radios, for one, there's no reason to get rid of it. They'd have to redesign the harness. Oh, God forbid. But two, OnStar and some of the other things like that, sort of telematics, sometimes they need to actually
What's up, Bismarck?
The stereo. So, like, if you had a GM and you still wanted to use your OnStar, the mute wire would be used for that. Otherwise, it doesn't get connected to anything.
Travis, what type of car do you have? What type? What model?
Ford Sync.
Aloha from Hawaii.
Oh, hey, malahehiki moka. Anyways, built-in speaker. No, so your Ford Syncs does not have built-in speakers. If you disconnect them, you will get no sync sound. What's up, Fernando?
Alfredo, what's up, man?
Hi. How do I get an amp to my Volvo V5012 with stock player from Hawaii?
Hi from Norway.
Hi from Norway.
Volvo.
I mean, they probably make a Bluetooth kit for it, wiring harness from Auto Trends, Auto Leads, Car AV. Car AV probably makes like a, or Auto Trend, what was it, Auto Leads?
Auto Leads.
Auto Leads. Yeah. Try Car AV or Auto Leads for like a T-harness, and then you might be able to put an amp in that way. What's up? Anybody make dual knob radios anymore? Yes, actually they do. You can get a dual knob radio from, what is it? What's the classic car company we put in? Do you remember the name of it? Classic. Yeah, there's a classic car company that retro sound.
Exactly.
Retro Sound still makes dual shaft radios, and let me tell you what, they're sophisticated dual shaft radios at that. It's like a little box, and then the dual shafts are plug in through like these specialized connectors, and it's got Bluetooth. It's got 6-channel preamp output. You can make them look like old-fashioned car radios, and the knobs can move anywhere you want. But yeah, Retro Sounds. I measured the distance from the speakers and entered into the unit. Will it automatically set time correction? No, it will not. You're going to want to do what we just showed you in order for that 9903, because that was before. Ken would put the auto calculator into their unit, so you're going to need to do math or download Perfect Tune from Rockford.
What is the website again? Auto Leads.
Auto Leads or Car AV. All right, guys, that brings us to an hour. Thank you so much for playing along. This has been a great Saturday.
Thank you.
Remember, Monday, the Facebook Live show is going to have Nathan on it. Nathan is my buddy and longtime friend. He's the guy that got me into this, so we get to talk old school Dean stuff.
Yeah.
And Nathan stuff. Whatever.
Stuff.
He's also head of PAC, so that's kind of neat too.
Yeah.
We get to talk about things like that. Maybe take some questions.
Is Uber cheap? Yes, it is.
Uber is cheap and so is Lyft. So if you're going to have fun tonight and you're going to do something stupid, don't drive home. Call an Uber, call a Lyft, because if you don't make it, you miss the Monday show or all the other stuff we're going to put up next week. Patreon is a place where you can support the show.
Mommy.
If you go to Patreon and you become a member, you get our podcast video. You're the only one who gets the video. Otherwise, you can download the podcast on iTunes, Podbeam, or Google Play. It just comes out a week later. You get the audio version only. Patreons get the video version. DNF Tool Drawer is a place where you can buy all the cool tools that we use in our video.
Correct.
There's some new ones up there, like the Lumi. Pick yourself up one. Everyone should ask for a Lumi for...
And if you're not, you just go to Amazon, click it.
Oh, yeah, we recorded your video, Wolf.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we got yours coming up.
That was good, man. Thank you.
2 or 3 weeks, you're going to see that one.
Yep.
See you guys later. Oh, Teespring.store/5star. You get cool shirts. Not these.
Not this
these
one,
are,
no.
These are freebie, crappy things that we wear. God. Okay, guys. Thank you so much, as always, for watching. You guys have a wonderful and safe weekend. It's been fun. It's been real. Just be patient.
Nice.
Just be patient.
Yeah, patient.
Patient.
Also with the dongle too.
Yeah, let's just make sure. Let's make sure when a product is $600 when it ships, it works. Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll be good there. All right, guys. You have a wonderful night. I've said it 3 times. That makes it. No, it's
you don't
twice.
Want to leave?
Well, twice makes it real. 3 times makes it questionable. All right, 4 times makes it real. You guys have a good, safe night. We'll see you again on Monday. Have a great time. See you later. Bye.